It's Week 8 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Joshua Dobbs. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Titans and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
We can't have that.
It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry.
Still first down.
The officials did as well.
Let's go.
Stroud looks to throw on the first play. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. You talk about this Titan defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Here's Stroud. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Dobbs. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 106 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Here's
Dobbs to throw. He gets that one complete to Wicks. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Dobbs to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On second down, it's Stroud. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Stroud looking to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Ready?
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They run once more with Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss
down.
last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Dobbs is throwing. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. A give for Taylor running right side. And now off to the races down the right side. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll run here with Taylor. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Dobbs. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. That sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And Johnson's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Hey, check that.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Robinson with another carry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Stroud. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Let's go now.
And their two drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting sixes on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Dobbs throw here, hauled in by Cup. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 1.
Flash. Check. Panther. Reload.
On play action, it's Dobbs. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. That's complete to Wicks. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Minnesota's offense takes over possession as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Roll. Bravo switch. Alert. Flash. Check. Panther. Reload.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Back to throw Dobbs. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. On first and 10, Dobbs. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and now 1 yard to go on third down. Now Dobbs. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready, set.
Dobbs looking to throw on first down. And that's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season.
We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville.
And it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the second quarter. The Lions trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Justin Jefferson, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Stephon Diggs, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Let's go now. Ready, ready.
On first down, Dobbs to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Ready.
Running left, Taylor. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing here, Dobbs. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now Dobbs. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Ready, go.
To throw is Dobbs. And this is going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Yeah, with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where
and it's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Titans now just about ready to take over. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. On second down, Dobbs. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
A short one there to Freiermuth. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. And Stroud now to throw. Pass caught. It's Romeo Dobbs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Play action. Stroud now. Pass complete there to Nakua. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Stroud out of the gun here. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 31, here comes second and a yard.
Check. Shot alert.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Back to Robinson now on first down. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Now Stroud. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Stroud looking to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on fourth. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, well, we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. Second down and a yard. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. And he is going to lose yardage here. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Titans on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 72 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
And Tucker McCann now for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Now 2nd and 5. Dobbs is throwing.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Here's Dobbs to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Dobbs to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Running straight ahead, Taylor. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Back to Taylor on first down. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Dobbs. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted. It's spotted at the 14-yard line.
Let's go now. Check, Panther. Reload, reload.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Ready.
Stroud sets up the play action. Now a short one to Gesicki. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
Unlock line. Unlock line. Check, check. Shot alert. Shot alert.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Stroud to throw it. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
This is taken around the 12. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now the Titans down by 1. 2:12 to play. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. That's complete to Wicks. And he'll be out right at the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Ready, ready.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run behind center with Spiller, and he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Roll. Drop those quick. Drop. Alert. Alert.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Got his open man. It's Mallory. And they'll get this up to the 10, but that's all. A nice job there to bring him down defensively. Dobbs. Pass complete to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to pick up the Titans' first down. They needed 3. They got 6. Plenty enough for the conversion on 4th. They'll get this one to Cobb complete. And this will be a first down as well, but the clock continues to move. Now Dobbs. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit, too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's to Freiermuth. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Minnesota, they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
It's week 9 of the National Football League, and this one features Trevor Lawrence. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Colts and the Vikings on Thursday night.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And able to get this out to the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And they needed to be because our offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you have to outplay their defense as well. And that's what they did in their last game.
That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Straight ahead, ETN. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Good job there. Pretty simple. The hole was created. Runner just darted right through.
Yeah, that's the kind of play teams are looking for to have some success early in a ball game. And if you're an offensive play caller, you mark that run down. Make sure you keep coming back to it throughout the game until they stop it.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Hey, Lion!
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down. They only needed 1, but it ends up being a gain of 6 and moves the chains. Here's Lawrence. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
Hey, easy, route!
ETN will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. Lawrence going to keep it, and he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Trevor Lawrence, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Colts put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by Trevor Lawrence taking it in himself. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here. 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Samuel. You look at this Colt defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course. A pretty nice effort.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Check.
Throwing now is Stroud. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and his early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Vikings at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Kalijah Kancey. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Moss. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. Here's Lawrence to throw. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. The Colts send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Fielded at the 43. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Stroud. This ball caught by McIntosh. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, roll. Bronco switch.
Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
Ball start. offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
65, Cat, 65.
Stroud looking to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Ready, go.
Now Stroud. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Flag, Cat, Panther, Reno, on lock right. Hut, go.
Hand off now to Robinson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
No. Hey, check that.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. Stop short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home.
Offense.
The penalty yards marched off as they'll try again on second and goal.
Bronco switch. Alert.
Straight ahead, it's Spiller. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. On now, Tucker McCann. This from 32 yards away. McCann's kick up and good. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Lawrence's throw is on target to Duvernay. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. This now a third and 4. Lawrence will throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 22. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
13, Lou.
Lawrence going to throw again. That's taken in by Duvernay. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first and 10, it's Lawrence. It's complete to Diggs. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Open man is Duvernay. with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Hopkins' kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, what do you think? Maybe a little disappointment there. They had a pretty nice drive going at the end of the half, and they have to settle for 3.
Oh, definitely a little bit of disappointment there, because when you kick a short field goal, you shake your head a little bit like, could we have done a little bit more? Could we have gotten one more shot to try and get 6? But with what little time was left on the clock, I think it was a smart play.
So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Plenty of good matchups in that 1 o'clock Eastern window. It'll be noon at Soldier Field in Chicago. And a big test for the Bears, as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. In the late afternoon games, it'll be loud in Kansas City, that's for sure, as it'll be the Chiefs taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks. And then finally, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the LA Rams and the New England Patriots. In the first half, we saw a strong outing from Trevor Lawrence. He was able to take it in himself for the game's only touchdown. And you wonder if this coaching staff will ask him to do a bit more the rest of the way.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready.
Stroud. They'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Check, Panther.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
Reload.
Here's a handoff to Spiller. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Stroud to throw it. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Again, it's Spiller. But he will go backwards as he stopped for a loss. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up fourth. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted...
And he'll try and throw here on the fake, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They pass up the three, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Colts defense comes up with a goal line stand. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. A short one here, caught by McBride. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Second down and 3. Play action. It's Lawrence. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Hey, Jupiter.
Now Lawrence to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. No gain on the play. And it'll be second down.
Easy, route.
A shotgun snap and a give to E.T.N. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On third down, Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. The Colts on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And Diggs has it. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Going for it, here's E.T.N. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Rip, 23.
Here's Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards, the final tally.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
Think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Stroud off the play fake. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Completes it again to Doubs. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check, check. Alert, no, hey, roll, Bronco switch.
A delayed give to Spiller. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Throwing now is Stroud. Well, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. On 1st down, here's Stroud. That's Samuel, caught left side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. Stroud looking to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. And Stroud now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another 1st down at the Colts 16. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. He will push his way down to about the 14. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the 1st down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Now Stroud. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied 4th quarter. as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. Throwing now, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's third down. Stroud to throw it. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Fourth down now defensively. Charles, you know they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Defense.
So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Hoosier State will celebrate tonight as the Colts have won it. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done.
And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on their defense. In fact, they probably went over there and asked for some help. Like, guys, we just don't have it in this one. Can you hook us up?